Participant observation is a research method commonly used in qualitative research and ethnography. It's a way for researchers to get a close understanding of a group of people, like a religious group, a youth group, or a community, by becoming deeply involved in their cultural environment over a long period. The goal is to gain an intimate familiarity with the group and their practices. The term participant observation was first used in 1924 by Edward C. Lindemann, but the method itself goes back further. It was used in field research during European Suetiente and American voyages of scientific exploration. In the 1800s, Joseph Marie, Baron de Gerondeau, suggested that the best way to understand a group was to become like them, starting by learning their language. Later, this method was popularized by researchers like Bronisław Malinowski and his students in Britain, as well as the students of Franz Boas in the United States. Participant observation became a key approach in ethnographic research, where anthropologists build personal relationships with local people to learn about their culture. By living with the cultures they studied, researchers could create first-hand accounts of their lives and gain new insights. When sociologists conduct research, they often choose from methods like surveys, participant observation, experiments, and secondary data analysis. Each method has its pros and cons, and the research topic plays a big role in deciding which method to use. Researchers need to be careful when entering a social environment, deciding when to be anonymous, when to be open, when to interview, and when to simply observe. Some participants need to be fully informed, while others shouldn't know they're being watched. There are different types of observational research methods. Observational research involves watching and recording behavior in a systematic way. The goal is to describe a variable or set of variables, providing a snapshot of specific characteristics of an individual, group, or setting. Observational research is non-experimental, meaning that nothing is manipulated or controlled, so it's not possible to draw conclusions about cause and effect. The data collected can be qualitative, quantitative, or a mix of both. Naturalistic observation is one type of observational method where researchers observe people's behavior in their natural environment. For example, Jane Goodall's famous research on chimpanzees involved observing them in their natural habitat in East Africa for 3 decades. She studied their social structure, mating patterns, gender roles, family structure, and how they cared for their offspring. Naturalistic observation can also be as simple as watching shoppers in a grocery store or children on a playground. Researchers often try to be as unobtrusive as possible so that participants don't know they're being studied, which is called disguised naturalistic observation. This is generally considered ethical if the participants remain anonymous and the behavior occurs in a public setting where people wouldn't normally expect privacy. Qualitative research explores subjective experiences and insights using non-numerical data, like interviews or observations. Quantitative research, on the other hand, focuses on objective measurement and analysis using numerical data, like surveys or experiments. Qualitative research aims to understand meanings, while quantitative research aims to quantify variables. Qualitative data collection methods include interviews, focus groups, documents, personal accounts, cultural records, and observation. Participant observation is closely related to ethnography, which is an in-depth study of a group's way of life. Ethnography involves watching what people do, listening to them, engaging in conversations, and joining them in their daily tasks. It also involves studying cultural artifacts like artwork and written works, and analyzing religious rituals and popular stories to understand the culture. Ethnographic research typically involves taking detailed field notes, and the resulting reports can take months or even years to write. Most participant observers combine their observations with other methods, like unstructured interviews, and sometimes with more formal questionnaire-based research. This means that many of these studies are actually mixed-method studies. In participant observation, it's important to distinguish between overt and covert observation. Overt observation is when the group being studied knows they are being observed, while covert observation is when the group doesn't know they are being observed, or when the researcher goes undercover. Overt research is more ethical because there is no deception, and it allows the researcher to ask questions.